Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Foles. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now Foles trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TV. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. There he goes left side. And this results in 6. Touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doc.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here we go. Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Watson with a give to Miller. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the 50, it's Watson, sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll run. It's Miller. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down. Down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
It's third down and 4 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Hey, let's get in there.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
This is it. UAT. 58 to Mike. Check Mike, check Mike.
To throw is Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
2nd and 11 at the 1-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. This is caught by Robinson. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Out of bounds at the 40.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
I got you.
Trubisky will throw. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Kill. Hey, ball.
On first down, Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a third and long. Now Trubisky on third and long. And that is incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Bears nothing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So first and 10 now from the 30. A first down carry now for Miller. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Set. 19. Hey, come on, no, come on, no. Shit.
On second down, it's Miller. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Watson on third down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now a first down throw. Watson buying time to his left. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
You're set. 19. Hey, watch the slant.
To the air yet again. Watson. He's going to loft one. Deep left. And it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
He's got a man, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 34. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 3 down, 3 down. Motion. Red, up. 40 wants the mic.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Trubisky to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
18. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, wahoo! Come on, dude! Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be third and a mile. Here's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Trubisky on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
It leads to second and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out. 41 Mike, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. He's tired of me. 41 to Mike, 41. Hey, Alpha. Watch the pass, watch the pass.
Again, it's Trubisky. He finds Robinson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Bears.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Robinson's got it. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
What is that? 19! 58 to Mike! 54!
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
59. 59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check, 59.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback, right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope.
Let's go, D, let's go. Alert.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. This is caught by Robinson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Trubisky to throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. Third down here. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. 4 yards on the dump-off and 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing here, Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Houston, it's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The Bears on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trubisky will throw, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash mark, this is a 43-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. From the shotgun is Trubisky. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Trubisky. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Well, that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Stop your whining. Check. Alert.
Miller. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Watson now to throw on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Here's Trubisky to throw. He finds Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Check 55, Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
On second and a couple, Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Trubisky to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
You can't block me. You can't block me. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. You got that one.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
They try again with Montgomery. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now it's Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for two, when to go for one. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for two, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up one makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a run with Montgomery. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they will take a knee here.
Trubisky on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Come on, 180.
55. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Alert.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And able to find Graham, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
Texans 21.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Bears, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next